Hey everyone, this is Talks with Kenny, and here we'll be talking about Elizabeth Warren's war on crisis pregnancy centers. Now, she's mad. It seems like she believes that these crisis pregnancy centers cause more harm than good to the woman. Let's take a look.
Pregnancy crisis centers.
Here in Massachusetts, these so-called crisis pregnancy centers outnumber genuine abortion clinics by 3 to 1.
She says women walk into the centers believing they'll get abortions. Instead, they try to talk women out of it. She calls it a bait and switch.
They are giving it over to people who wish them harm. And that has to stop. We need to put a stop to that in Massachusetts right now.
So yeah, bait and switch. Warren Buffett. Almost called her Warren Buffett. Warren declares war on crisis pregnancy centers for giving women a choice other than abortion, right? And I think that's the main issue that she's having. It's not the fact that these CPCs are baiting, switching people, thinking that a woman's going to go in for one thing. Women went in for care, right? And I believe it's mostly to look at her options. We give her the option, say, hey, you could do abortion, but here's the other things you could do, you know? Hey, have an ultrasound, see the baby, see how, like, that's a life. And here's some resources we can help you. Here, we got adoption referrals for you. We got resources to help you with your parenting. We can, us putting our money where our mouth is, like putting out support for people to do the right thing by the child, right? Allowing it to live and not killing it for convenience. Elizabeth Warren says does harm to women. Let's take a look into this article from Blaze Media. Warren, an advent supporter of abortion, is declaring war on crisis pregnancy centers. Crisis pregnancy centers are pro-life clinics where women find help navigating pregnancy, CPCs offering counseling, financial and educational resources, and parenting help, and even provide adoption referrals. Some CPCs are medical clinics that provide pregnancy-related health care. Like how does that sound like it does harm to women? What does harm to women is abortion. Like you kill, or once you kill the kid, you can cause scarring to the woman. She has future complications. She's more prone to miscarriage after an abortion. That sounds like it does more harm to women than providing care for parenting. Just try to make her a choice that is less harmful for her and her baby. Come on. Abortions advocates loathe CPCs because they help women find solutions to pregnancies that do not include abortion. And that's the main issue here. Democrats I believe that's the party of the control freak. Like, they want you to do what they like. Hey, abortion has to be your only option, right? They put all this messaging out there about children, childcare, parenting. They make it seem like something you don't want to do. Like, it's burdensome. Like, oh my God, having a baby is a burden. I won't be able to do what I want. The pro-life side is like, hey, that's a blessing. That's a life. That's a unique DNA that will never come before it and never will after it. And you want to destroy it for your own convenience, for your own self-interest. Killing the baby or sacrificing your baby will not get you out of financial ruin. You can get out of it with the baby or without the baby. It's the same thing. You will still be in the same spot. And I just don't like the messaging they put out there. So what did Warren say? Speaking at a roundtable with abortion advocates last week, Warren outright lied about crisis pregnancy centers, claiming CPCs wish women harm, which I kind of gave some examples about that. Here in Massachusetts, these so-called crisis pregnancy centers outnumber genuine abortion clinics by 3 to 1, Warren said. They're giving it over to people who wish them harm, and that has to stop. We need to put a stop to that in Massachusetts right now. The harm, according to Warren, is receiving care that may not end in abortion. Oh, it does harm somebody. It harms the abortion clinics. It harms Planned Parenthood because abortions are not happening. That's who it harms. It harms her. It harms her worldview that babies are not burdens on you. She claims CPCs deploy a bait and switch approach in which pregnant women go to CPCs seeking abortions, but are eventually persuaded against terminating their unborn children. So what? Like, that's like politics. Like, you come in and you persuade someone to vote Democrat over Republican. You don't call that bait and switch. You call that, hey, like, you gave them your side of the the aisle, your side of the issue, and they chose to go your way. What's so wrong with that? And then these people are adults. People who have they're adults. They can make decisions for themselves. They don't need you, big government, to be their parent. Last month, one day before the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, Warren introduced legislation with other Democratic lawmakers to crack down on disinformation from CPCs. What disinformation? That life begins at conception? That if you when you do an abortion, it results in the death of another human being? Is that the disinformation she's talking about? The alleged disinformation is related to how many CPCs encourage women not to abort their unborn children. This bill directs the Federal Trade Commission to issue rules to prohibit deceptive or misleading advertising related to the provision of abortion services. Everything I just said about abortion, let me know in the comment section if that's a lie. Anything I said in there that's a lie, let me know. Warren explained in the press release, the bill also authorized the FTC to enforce these rules and collect penalties from organizations in violation. In promoting the bill, Warren suggested that there needs to be a crackdown on CPCs. So where's the hypocrisy? Editor of the National Review published an essay on Thursday highlighting the hypocritical nature of Warren's stance. Abortion supporters often claim that they are pro-choice, not pro-abortion, a claim that is regularly colliding with their actual policies, right? Like they say, don't see with your eyes, listen to me. Democrats have this view that they think they're so much better, so much smarter than you, so much more elite than you, that you just take their word for it. Like don't trust your eyes. You're too dumb. Your eyes are too dumb to know what's really going on. Let me tell you what's really going on. That's how they present themselves. That's exactly how they present their messaging, their policies. It's from this sense of like a parent. I know better than you. Even though no, you're created equal. Like that's just a subjective, your perception. I'll continue on. When government policies is bent relentlessly to favor abortion, supporting a woman's right to choose, abortion isn't distinctive in any meaningful way from supporting abortion itself. But abortion supporters reveal how shallow their pro-choice ideology is when they oppose helping pregnant mother make or even learn about any other choice than abortion, which I kind of highlighted in the beginning. Oppositions to CPCs from pro-abortion advocates make sense. They actually work. According to the Charlotte Lorenzen Institution, pro-life CPCs helped save more than 800,000 lives between 2016 and 2020, and millions of others since their first center opened more than 50 years ago. That's a great little way to end the story. That these things, the pro-life organizations, I believe like Life Action, Students for Life, they're doing the Lord's work, honestly. And even you don't have to be religious to believe that life begins at conception. It's a scientific fact. Like a new sequence of DNA is created at the moment of conception. And that life is unique. It's a separate entity. I don't really care if it's in the womb, outside the womb. That's a life. It's consistent. Life is constant. The only time life ends is when you're dead or you're killed. But let me know what you guys think on the comment section below. Like and share this video. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.